Sing.
Modest, please sing on your own. I started off so wrongly, I was told to repeat. What? When for the third time, I wasn't able to pick it well. Niliambiwa, don't ever.
Purport.
To think that you can't say. So don't you ever come to this. You look for something else. You know, it is said that the human heart fears rejection the most. That at the slightest feeling of rejection, you'd coil back and into your own cocoon and not want to be outside there anymore. Since 2016, I think, until now, I have been to close to 80 weddings. Either as a chair of the committee or a member of the committee or an attendee.
Yes.
Or most recently, an MC. So yes,
I thought you were going to say, or more recently as a newlywed.
I'm 2 years into marriage already, so yes, I have been a groom once. You only become a groom
you
once.
Only do it once. You never go back.
Yeah.
When I look at when I hear how you speak,
yes,
then I'm interested to inquire. Modest growing up, how does it look like? When you were growing up, did you ever think that was the tone being set for you, or you decided that I'm going to discover myself later on to start doing all of these things that you're doing?
All right. Growing up, I was a typical boy growing up, and what mattered most to me was that day that I was alive. I didn't have even dreams for the next day. Typically, just growing up.
Yes.
Primary school, high school. But in high school, the dream that I had was to become a pharmacist. Because dad and mom were both medics, so I was aligned. I was, having a bias towards...
Yeah, you're trying to be your dad's child.
Yes, I wanted to be...
So that mom is not asked so many questions.
Yeah.
Who you?
So I wanted to be that.
Yeah.
But, Form 4 things happen, and then now I became, I went to KU and did education, special needs education. I didn't want it. I think even after employment, I still didn't want to become a teacher. Yeah. But then, after some time I settled in and I said, no, it
it's
brings,
here.
Yeah, it's here. It brings food to the table.
Yeah.
It pays bills, so why not? Well, now while in high school, again I didn't have much. Yeah. But then in college or university, KU. Yeah. I joined a singing group called White Doves. Yeah. Part of KUSDA. Yes. So while in that singing group, I was trying to belong, trying to find a space for myself in college. But then I realized that I couldn't sing. Or my trainers realized, hey, kijana, you're here, this is maneno ya kanisa, but you can't sing. And then reminded me also way back in high school, I had there was this folk song in St. Joseph's Rapogi, and we were like 8 students, 80 boys who joined in to sing. So we would attend trainings, but then towards the tail end of the trainings, when now we want to go for the competitions, our numbers were to be cut to 40. So they were the best who would not go through auditions, and then there were the
rest of us, others,
people like me. So one time, a week before we went out for the competitions, I was told, you know what, we want to do auditions today, or we want to, I don't know whether auditions, or we just want to know potential. So I was paired up with a friend, and we were told we were singing in twos, so that whoever doesn't sing well would be dropped,
eliminated away.
So we were told to sing, both of us, behind the library. I remember very, very well. So I knew the words. I had the lyrics right here. I mastered the dance, the choreography. I was so good at it. But then the singing. So my brother, my friend, sang so well, and then he was told to keep quiet. Then I was told, Modest, please sing on your own. I started off so wrongly, I was told to repeat. When for the third time I wasn't able to pick it well, niliambiwa, don't ever
purport
to think that you can't say. So don't you ever come to this. You look for something else.
even the trainings.
Yes,
but I think because you're behind the library, you're like, probably these books could salvage me.
So I was chased from the music, the folk song, and then I dived into drama.
Yeah.
And I thank God I went into drama because drama took us to nationals.
Yeah.
We went all the way to Mombasa. I remember very, very well.
Yeah.
We came to Nairobi en route to Mombasa, slept at Upper Hill.
Yeah.
Went to Mombasa because of drama and because I was chased from music. So fast forward back to university.
Yeah.
So I joined this choir. Wild Love's choir, and then after some time, I realized that we were many choirs, many singing groups.
Yeah.
So there's another called Gospel Melodies and many more. So in Gospel Melodies, where now my to-be wife belonged, so nilimuona pale.
Yeah.
So nikasema hawa doves hawataki niimbe. So I thought I would fit and
you
sing well.
Flourish.
In Gospel Melodies,
Yeah.
but then again, same story. I couldn't sing.
Yeah.
So I think this is I decided to turn it around because now that I couldn't sing and the core business of this group was singing,
Yeah.
I was made in charge of social welfare. So
Watu
that
wamekula.
I would cater for transport
Yeah.
and lunch for people when you go out, and I would just ensure that people are comfortable.
Yeah, everything is in order.
That the singers were comfortable.
The singers, waimbi.
When we were comfortable,
Yeah.
and because I wasn't one of them, I would do this work.
Yeah.
So we started by having fun days or social days, social Sundays. I would organize this, and then while there, I would also plan the whole thing and steer it.
Yeah.
Together with someone called Andrew Willie.
Yes.
So this steering gave me that platform because now I would be able to tell people, tomorrow we're doing this and this.
Yeah.
I would be planning the event. And during the event, I would be telling them what is next and what is next. So that is between, 2010, building 2011, 2013.
Yeah.
And then I moved from just the singing group to now hosting the whole church in a social event. Then now in 2016, when I did my first wedding as an MC. Together, we were two of us, together with Ambrose, it's called Ambrose Mbugwa.
Yes.
These guys who are wedding, Enoch and Emily.
Yes.
Of course, just
never
fresh,
forget them.
Yeah, our first clients, fresh from the university,
Yeah.
and of course, pockets were not yet heavy. So they are saying, we just need MCs, and we were not doing it even for the money.
Yeah.
It was for
Just for the fun. Yeah.
It was on a Monday, Easter Monday. Also, I remember on 27th of March. No, 27th of March, 2016.
Yes. Yeah.
So they say, can you come? And they say, why not? So we went there, and we're trying to look the people.
Yeah. You look the part.
We're looking the part. Yeah. So we did the event, and because we didn't expect any cash,
Yeah.
we were not paid. We were offering service.
Yeah.
Again, we had another wedding. We were just offering service. I think now on our third wedding, and we were still doing it, the both of us.
Yes.
Myself and Ambrose.
Yeah.
Whom I would later call Olwoch because after my brother.
Yes.
Because much as he's from Mount Kenya.
Yeah.
We had visited Nyanza so
Yeah.
much until we decided to name him Olwoch.
Olwoch.
So we would do the first few weddings we did with Olwoch, and also we would do album launches. I don't know whether you understand. Album watu wa choir.
Yeah.
Wanaenda wana record.
Yeah.
Then there's a CD.
There's CD 12 songs.
I don't know, each song ikianza there's an intro, and then for a whole minute, you're just tapping your feet.
Yeah.
So we'd also launch or host such launches.
Yeah.
Of course, free of charge. And so I think on our third, or was it our fourth wedding that we did, is when it was monetized, because must have been I'm trying to remember the names. I think it was Engineer VTO and Diana.
Yes.
Adego. They were also our clients. They were our first few clients. I'd never forget them.
Yeah.
So they said, you just come, tukipata kitu kidogo tutawapatia.
Biashara zote huanza hivyo.
So you're like, if it comes, fine.
Ni sawa.
If it doesn't, still fine.
Let's do it for the fun.
Because fare ni kidogo from Kahawa to KU and back in the evening. So we were paid, I think about 5,000.
To share amongst yourselves, or each of...
5,000. It was a lot of money for us back then. Yeah. And so we started seeing that we could actually monetize this. So we started thinking about it.
Yeah.
And so we would then, when consulted, or somebody would look for us, we then say we are putting a price to it.
Yeah.
A very modest price for a start. It would be our fare, and then ensure we have our plates of pilau.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, give us 3,000 each, and then we are fine.
It's a good deal.
And then we went to give us 8,000 each, and we are fine. So until at one time it was 5,000 each.
Yeah.
Then there was another event, another wedding, when Oluoch couldn't come.
Yeah.
So I appeared alone. And I did this on my own, and I was paid 10,000 shillings. No, I was paid 7,000, not 10. 10 was the next one. I went to, it was an event in Kisumu, a wedding in Kisumu. By Lillian, we called her Lily Panadol, from GM, where my wife came from.
Yeah.
So I went to Kisumu. Did a wonderful event, and people danced. I still have photos from that day. And then feedback from the people was that you're such a good MC. Yeah, utakuja tena, and then uzuri wa kuwa MC is that you market yourself when you're doing
on the ground. So people can give you a scorecard.
Yes,
immediately.
Right then.
Yeah.
Of course, most recently kuna zingine mbaya sana, and others are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I did another one, Yugi's still on my own, for Christine and Josephat, and then so these are weddings.
Yeah.
Building up, and when I was trying to create a profile for myself, I partitioned them into two. Before May 30th, 2021.
Yeah.
So, and then after May 30th, 2021. So you'd want to know why May 30th. May 30th is when I became a client at a wedding.
Somebody had to take your job.
I became the client.
Yeah.
So on 30th of May 2021. So since then, and then after becoming a client, and the MC for my day, called MC Baruch, we were together in high school, though he came several years after.
Yeah.
So he was already way ahead
in the game.
So when he did, because he was singing he was with the Ninga Melodies, that band. So they would go for events, and then they would do the band, and then he would take the lead as an MC. So I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
So much so that after this date, where it's like a pivot, before and after.
Yeah.
You realize that after 2021, it's been about 2 years, but I've had almost twice as many events
as you did in the previous
before I was a client.
Yeah. Interesting. Let me take you back into that story about rejection. Not once, not twice, not thrice. You're rejected, and you're told, you know what, you're not good enough in this space. There are two questions that I would want to ask you from that instance. But the first one is, where is it? Was it instilled in you back at home that even if somebody tells you no, you could still find a way around it? A
good question, Herbert. one thing I must say, I grew up with very, very tough parents. You know, we were given tough love. Unachapwa na bado unapewa chakula. And you must eat. So I would say that this tough love that I received together with my siblings made us quite resilient. Yeah, to difficulties. And then you'd come home, there's a problem, unachapwa, you can't run away. So you have to stay within this difficult
those confines,
those confines, So probably this upbringing of you have to stay here and whatever the situation, somehow internally, innately built me so that I would be able to withstand rejections. Much as sometimes these rejections come from very close people at the event. You hear a friend anasema kitu and you're like, hey bro, nini. So to answer your question more directly, yes, the upbringing that I had created the resilience in me, toughened me to withstand some of these rejections. Yes.
Interesting. And then how? Yes, you're tough, and from experience and some people that I've talked to, when you grow up in such of a tough sort of upbringing, you get to be so much reserved, so that you go to the extent of not being inquisitive and looking for more. Whatever you have is enough. If you're rejected, you do not go beyond where you're rejected at. But yours is totally different. You get rejected, you're like, Nisawa, I can make sure that you have the best life while you're doing at what I have been rejected to do. How do you have this capacity in your head, and what would you tell the viewer watching right now to literally take any shape in whichever situation that you find yourself in? And I also ask this question because you'd find people start businesses and they start journeys. It does not work. They refuse to let it go. They literally continue being beaten on the same thing. But if they decided to do something different, probably they would flourish.
All right. I would say yes. Sometimes it is said that the human heart fears rejection the most. That when at the slightest feeling of rejection, you'd coil back and into your own cocoon and not want to be outside there anymore. But I would say that rejection, and at that moment of rejection, you can either continue staying inside that rejection cocoon, that balloon of rejection, or you break it and say that if this rejection, I would take it positively. So what they're saying basically, I should not do it in this manner. So what if I change my approach to doing this? And then again, if you have passion for that which you are doing, for which you feel rejected, or for which you are actually rejected, but there's still the passion. So this passion would
should act as a springboard.
Yes, so that you get back up to what you want to do. Only that this time you do it differently. Because rejection can be like a positive criticism, where you take the rejection and critically and positively, so that you turn it around. So again, in business, because sisi ni wanabiashara wadogo, you'd get beaten and you'd get stamped on and you're still there and you're still there. You'd either choose to keep doing this thing again and again. But if you do it again and again and you still face the same outcome, how about you change? That reminds me, when after college, after KU, we started a business hotel. In KM. KM.
I know KM.
You know KM.
I know. I have stories about KM.
So we had, I was one of the proprietors in the hotel. We called it the Orchard Vegetarian Cafe. Being Adventists, fast in name. And then also fast in the service of providing vegetarian dishes. So, we had this thought that our Adventist brothers and sisters
do not have a place to eat.
Because most of them embrace the health reform, so they want vegetarian. So we set up a place. But, we lost big time. After losing, we injected more cash into it. Still did the same thing, offering vegetarian dishes.
Yeah.
Lost. Until the third time, still putting in money. You go and
with this hope of thinking it will work.
It will work.
Yeah.
And then we would sit down in KU with the partners and say, tumefanya hivi na hivi, what do we do now? Let us put in more money, buy more equipment, and then probably we can. So we do that up to the third time. Only that we were not changing our services. If perhaps we would alter our menu or alter our cooking, perhaps we would have done.
Would have been different.
But then that was a lesson that if you keep doing the same thing in the same manner and expecting different results, it's insanity. So we were insane because we lost big time.
But you decided to do the same thing over and over again.
Until now, when we put money for the third time and it didn't work, we left it all together. So we counted our losses, dusted our coats,
and you moved on.
And we moved down.
For those who might be wondering, KM ni wapi? Just for context, this is behind Kenyatta University. It's called Kenyatta Market, if I'm not wrong, and it's a place where many students who go to Kenyatta University sort of converge. As you're speaking there, something came to mind.
Yes.
And this is something that I might have been guilty of. I'm a kind when criticized. I will take the criticism or the rejection, depending on how you look at it. But then I have this sort of bile that stays with me. Not negative bile, but positive bile that sort of says, I'm going to prove to you that you are wrong. Have you ever found yourself in such a situation?
Oh, yes.
And would it be wrong to have that bile? Because when somebody tells me, no, you cannot, I'm like, oh my goodness. I wish you never said no to me because I'm going to prove you wrong.
I have it. I have felt so repeatedly.
Yes.
That somebody tells you openly that you cannot make it.
Hawezi.
He outa make. Always make. So and yourself, and you're saying, people out there with half my ability, I'm making it.
Yes.
So
how dare you?
Unaniambia I wish ungeniambia hivyo. So then you go back to your drawing board and ensure this time round you do it, you play kiwewe. Hadi they remain there perplexed that kumbe he could do it. And then sometimes wengine wanasema tu just to tease you. Or maybe anataka tu kukupush. So you must really be careful how
you also get to interrogate the whole statement.
Yes.
Interesting. You said now you were not interested in teaching, but now it's paying your bills. How do you, because I understand this is a crisis. You wanted to be a pharmacist. Things have not happened. Okay, graciously pick yourself up, dust yourself up, go to uni, do education, but then you're still like, education apana. And there are so many teachers probably who are in the profession and they don't want to be there, but they still wake up and still go do it. As a person who has been there, how do you find your peace and stay in a profession? Because I know for a reason, and not unless I'm projecting on you that something that might be wrong, many who might stay might look at it as an opportunity for a springboard to go on to the next level, to launch to something bigger. For you, what gave you the calmness? And from 2016 up until now, you're still in the profession.
Well, I never wanted to be a teacher. That I had said.
He has repeated it the third time, so he means it.
So I really do, because I thought it would be, it would be so confining. Growing up, I had wanted something,
outgoing, engaging.
And at one time I dreamt of being a pilot. I had wanted
every man's dream, every boy's dream.
Growing up, there was just a quick one. There was one time I grew up in Homa Bay. After we had come back from Garissa and from Kisumu, we went back home in Homa Bay, staying in the town. So one time, President Moi, God rest his soul in peace, that time came with the military choppers.
Oh my goodness.
And
the boy was impressed.
I would see the choppers, and we stayed around the choppers the whole day until the president finished his function and flew back, I think flew back to Nairobi or whatever. So we were there and seeing those choppers that time, seeing them land and then seeing the propellers go round and round. I said, the only thing I want to become in this life
is a pilot.
God
just give it to me. And God had other plans.
Yeah, and so this is way back in class 6 and in class 7. And then in high school, apart from being a pharmacist, which was internal, I wanted to be a jet fighter because I loved the speed.
Yeah.
And
does Kenya have an air force?
Yeah. I know.
Or sometimes we have these dreams and you wonder, okay, where are you going to practice this your dream from?
so I wanted to become a jet fighter and watching movies like Top Gun.
Absolutely. White House Down.
Yes. I said the only thing again I want to become is a jet fighter. And even right now, I'm being a typical African man. I wanted to name my son after Tom Cruise. I wanted to name him Maverick.
Yes.
But then the mother said no, because I want him to be
at least
do something which I wasn't able to do, so that I would get the satisfaction. So because I can't fly jets.
At least the child should do it.
Should do it. And for me, the only thing I'll then do is drive fast cars or drive cars very fast.
Yes.
So back to where we were.
Yes.
So what gives me the peace is that when I got employed into teaching learners with deafness, it gave me a whole new experience. Yes, I trained for it for 5 years, and yes, we did practicum and internships. Yes, but then when I was doing those, they were superficial because I couldn't see myself in the profession.
Yeah.
But then when I went for the interview and I did it and I got a vacancy, I got a chance. And I remember my first day there, and I would look at the students and the hope that they have from this teacher, that this teacher is here to help us.
He either makes us or breaks us.
So that made me change my otherwise very wrong attitude towards teaching to start turning slowly to the positive side. So that when you get into class, and for I know you have interacted severally with learners with disabilities.
Yes.
And for everyone else who will realize that every learner has a challenge, even those in the regular schools.
Yes.
But ours would have slightly more challenges. So when my learners, when I walk into class and they don't know anything about what we want to do, they depend on me. I know that gives you a sense of responsibility. That whatever it is that you're going to say to this child, that is the future. You're going to open up their minds into this whole
possibilities of what the world could be.
So that I would say is an impetus that pushes me, and also that tells me, teaching sio mbaya sana after all. After all, si mbaya sana. So you want all those others, but then you're here teaching. But then looking at it as a man that wants to grow spontaneously, you realize that teaching, perhaps, upward mobility isn't as fast as one would want it. So that is a limitation. And also it is paying, yes. But haipei vizuri sana
vile unaweza itaka.
Yeah.
And that's why you decide you go into books and you go into MCA.
Yeah, so I said, how about doing now for MCing is during the week you're not very happy. Exactly, you're not very happy because what you're doing is not exactly what you want to do. Much as you're doing it and you're finding value in it, you're finding peace while doing it. How about now following a passion? Something that, you'd stay hours in the night thinking about every dance move that
what
you're
is
going
to be my next word? I'm going to place this word here.
So what is the kind of congregation I'm going to have? The groom side, where are they from? Because for you, before I get to a wedding, I have to prepare for it. macha siku hizi sometimes unapigiwa simu naambiwa kesho huko sawa
kuja
sawa welcome. So then you go there because out of umeizoea you still deliver. But kuna zingine that you just want to sit down and think about it first before you get there. So you think about it entirely and think about the kind of entertainment you want to give, and then you go do it.
Yeah.
And this is pure passion. Pure passion. Something that burns from inside.
Yeah.
Hadi ukiwa hapo, at the end of the day, umeridhika. So that one, ukiridhika on a particular Sunday, nikiridhika this Sunday.
Yeah.
It's enough until Friday. So
that energy pushes you throughout the day.
Throughout the day and throughout the week.
Yeah.
Until the next weekend when I have another function, another event. Yeah.
So your advice then would be, if you are simply going by doing something, then find another thing where you'd sort of channel all your energy so that it replenishes your cup.
Yes, I would say that, especially if whatever you're doing is something that you cannot replace, or because you cannot quit, you cannot replace it in the meantime. How about then, supplementing it? Yeah. Find a passion, create a passion, follow that passion, and if that passion would give you, value for money while following it, perhaps then after building it so much, you would easily quit this. Yes, you easily move towards it. Yes.
This might be a very personal question. As you speak, you sort of have found yourself in a feeling of being stuck, but you have mastered the art of unstucking yourself. For somebody who is watching us and they feel stuck and they do not know how to unstuck themselves, give them a process how they do it.
Wow, tough question. I should have known the kind of questions.
All these questions are coming from the conversation that we are having. They're off of the head.
Yes, I know. I should have known. I should have gone to the library, and perused through volumes and volumes of books.
Yeah.
What would I tell? What would I tell them? What works for me, what has worked for me, is that one, whatever it is that you're doing now, presently, try and find, make peace with it. That is step one. Accept it. It is bad. It is not what you want.
But that's where you are.
But that is where you are. It was, your mom's or your dad's profession for you, but then that is where you are. Because apparently there's a pharmacist who doesn't want to be a pharmacist.
Yeah.
Pharmacy ilikuwa choice ya mzazi. Anataka kuwa musician, anataka kuwa journalist, anataka kuwa something else. So whatever it is that you're doing, one, you must appreciate it. You must appreciate it because it keeps you going, makes you self-reliant, makes you independent. So accept it and appreciate it. Then while you are at it, find, an addition onto it. And this addition must be something that you really, really, really like. Yeah. So that the other one, you don't really like it, but then it likes you because, symbiosis, you partner. So this other one, what I would say, Herbert, is that find something that you really like. Yeah. Something that you must not be pushed for you to do it. And then you could pursue it. Yeah. If it complements what you have now, then, the better for you. So long as it doesn't replace it immediately, because, you'd be in between them. Yeah. Then it should work for you. That we appreciate, as I was saying, you appreciate this and accept it as it is. Yeah. And then onto it, add something that you really love. Find something that you love. Yeah. And even if it doesn't bring money, because what a man must fend for himself and for his family. Yeah. Even if it doesn't bring money now when you start it, let it not be your own focus. Yeah. Do it and build it. Normally we say, follow your passion, then the money will follow you. Yeah. The finances can follow later. When we started, we never thought it would ever pay. We never thought of even monetizing. We never even thought of asking for fare. Yeah. Yeah. But then see now where we are, and because of grace and also because of human effort that we put in, we are able to negotiate you're able to expand it, that you're not only an MC, I'm not only an MC, but I also plan events, and also I can now offer sound. If you need sound, you need a whole PA system and a generator, you need a DJ, you need a sound technician, that now I can be able to offer. So once your passion starts to blossom, don't rush into asking for money. Don't want too much too fast. Let it build. The events where we do for 0, the others would do for 5,000, others would do for 10,000. And even now, as we're getting higher and higher, still mtu akiniita kuna event ya 10, I would go. Because we're saying why not. And again, I also know that if I were in his situation, he needs quality service, he's not able to pay for it. Why not just give it to him? So as your passion blossoms, then you also build it. Unaiwekea manure so that it blossoms very well. Then now after that, you can put a price to it.
And then you now start considering of how you live now, the thing that you dread doing.
Yes. So long as this other one now is very stable, then you would start thinking about how about I leave the other one
graciously.
Yes, we say our thank yous, and then we move away so that we focus on this.
How long should you take sharpening your axe or your pencil? Because the way you sound, you have taken time to sharpen your pencil and your axe. How long should we take in sharpening and bettering our skill? Because I believe these days it is a fast-paced world. And I wouldn't say nobody, but very few of us would sit down and ponder on saying that even before I start asking for a paycheck, I must first sharpen my axe or sharpen my pencil. How long should one take?
I wouldn't give it a definite answer, be it 1 year or 2 years.
Yes.
But again, one can never be too perfect. Even after mastering your act, you still have to, keep sharpening your, you must replenish. Just like it is said, when fishermen, when they come back from fishing, they must mend their nets. Okay? So even after being established, you still have a lot of mending to do. Now let me back to your question.
Yes.
It depends on who is helping you sharpen your skills. So if you have a good sharpener, you have a good mentor, somebody you look up to, or somebody, it's called an apprenticeship, somebody who guides you, and he's good and he wants you to grow, then you take a shorter time. And also depends on your push.
And the intensity that you're putting in as well.
Yes. So how much effort are you making as a person? Or in sharpening your skills, how much effort are you putting? And then again, also just to be too careful, not to push yourself too fast and too much, lest you break. Because I could be sharpening my skills, and then one day naenda kwa event, and then it turns out so badly. It would hurt me, and hurt my being. So again, just trying to to unpack the question. It would depend on my effort as a person. It would depend on whether I have a role model, a mentor to look up to, and also whether how much willing my mentor is to help me get better.
Take it on to the next level.
And then also, once you feel you're sharpening yourself, also try and be out there. Get an event, be a co-MC. Because I've been a co-MC while growing up, between 2016 and 2020.
Unaambiwa endo lete mic.
Now unaenda. So I was a co-MC for Morio, and a few other guys from Royal Media, like a Jombuta. So I was a co-MC with them, learning. And you see, when you're a co-MC, they take the lead. You follow. There's one time there was a homecoming event here at Kasarani Indoor Arena. I think I was the third MC,
in the hierarchy.
But still, I would appear and I would do as told.
Yeah.
Because I am learning. Yes. Left alone, I wouldn't have done
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, sharpen your skills and be available. And ukitumwa, because don't take it negatively. You know, be very gracious about it.
Yeah.
Be very positive about it. Have some very positive energy and aura, and you'll get there. Yeah.
Interesting. Though sometimes it's easier said than done.
Oh, of course. Easier said than done.
Yeah, easier said than done.
Yeah.
I am really interested in learning people and how people make their decisions and how people think. Yeah. And this is a question I ask you because you have dealt with a number of people, because events, you'd go to a wedding, minimum I would expect 100 people. Yeah. And you've dealt with choirs. A basic choir could be upwards of 6 people, so you are dealing with a multitude of people. Which are some of the most interesting traits that you have identified with the people that you've gotten to engage with?
Well, people are different.
Yes.
One thing that I get to appreciate when I'm in front of people and in a microphone is that the difference that we have in appearance is only remotely a representation of the differences we have in our personalities. Because there's somebody who's there and is already upbeat for what is happening.
Yeah.
There's somebody whom, if it were a stand-up comedy that we tried sometime, but we have tried many things. If it is a stand-up comedy, there's somebody, I know, by just hearing your voice, already ashachangamka. Kuna mwingine, you must push them though. I feel the humor.
Yeah.
So people are different, and you must learn to accommodate in all of them during your event, when you are hosting an event, so that none of them goes home saying,
the MC sort of was talking against me.
The MC alikuwa ananionea, the MC is biased, the MC is this and this. So the kind of people that I have met and that I can say, that those I would call, a point in case, it's a wedding and then unaanza kuchangamsha watu.
Yeah.
Bride and groom hawako, so you're doing some sort of rehearsals with dancing. Those whom lazima umpush ndo aamke. Kuna mwingine hata anakuuliza, MC unatuita saa ngapi? So kuna wale wanataka ukikuja kwa event, amekuja and amekuja ku have fun. Sana have fun.
I would be the kind who would wait to be prompted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah, so even for those who wait and you must call again and prompt them, maybe up to the 4th time. Still, they are your people, and you must entertain them during this particular event.
Yeah.
So what I think or what I do is, you give them grace, everybody, and you be patient with everybody, so that you be able to accommodate everybody, and to just try and answer your question, the kind of people, the differences in people. Kuna wale wanakasirika haraka.
So you say a joke, they're not with it.
Yeah, so someone can take a joke lightly, anasema hapana, you're getting into my space. Yeah. So you must be also careful when you're on the microphone not to step on people's toes, but also you shouldn't be too careful lest you become boring. Yeah. And then you lose it. Yeah. The moment the people start feeling you're boring, you have lost it already. Yeah. You have lost it already. Yeah.
You've segued me into a question that I've wanted to ask. Yeah. Your worst experience at a wedding, and how did you deal with it? Because if you've done many, then definitely there are those that you're like, oh my goodness, I wish I never took this money.
I have had very, very bad experiences. So, because out of respect for my clients,
Yes.
I'll only try and mention somewhere here in Nairobi.
Yes.
So I went for this event, traditional wedding.
Yes.
I went in late, so that was
your fault.
That was my fault.
Yeah.
Fault number one, I went in late because when you're sent a pin and then you're trying to navigate, you should leave your house early.
Yeah.
And be at the event at least half an hour before it starts. So reason why this is one of the worst experiences I've had is because of my fault. So that is one, and I must own it that it was wrong.
Yeah.
I got to the event after it had started, and so there was an MC who had to come in, and he was one of the family members.
Yeah.
Who had to come in. So he had to come in and stand in until I arrived.
Yeah.
And even after arrival, alikuwa songa mbele sana hadi akaona
haja gani sasa?
Why are you here again?
Yeah, kaa tu.
Why are you here?
Kula ngoja tu food.
But then because we had already had an agreement, because lately you must sign papers and agree. So because we had already put it down in writing, I had to do my
your part.
But then the other MC didn't want to let go of the microphone or of the program.
Yeah.
So they owned up the program so much so that I couldn't come in whatsoever. And so I would, when in between the event, in between the programs, when an MC has to, when you're ushering the next program and you have to give your remarks.
Yeah.
So I would stand there. And when I wanted to say something, he would tap me and say, ngoja kwanza.
Kidogo tu.
Ngoja kwanza. Then he would come and go on with the event and usher in the next next schedule. And so this happened between midday and almost 4 p.m. About 5 hours. And then worst of it all, I think I only knew 3 people
at the event.
So no friends. This was a huge language barrier. And then I have my other MC who doesn't really like me. So that was one of the worst, because I'm there. I can't do all that I have in mind.
You can't do none of it.
Yes, I can't execute as I had planned, as I had imagined in my head. So I think experiences where I can't live up to what I wanted to do, it turns out to be very bad for me. Yeah. Though at the end of the day, because it was a contract, and I appeared. Did you appear? Yes, I appeared. Were you on the microphone? Yes, I was. For how long? We can't say. But because we had already signed, payment had to come. But again, that payment is one that I still remember, because I feel I did not
deliver.
Yes, I did not deliver as I should have. Yeah. So that was one. The other was again almost a similar one. Nimechachisha, and I think that I'm having it nicely. And then I hear one of the bridesmaids saying, "Huyu MC mlitoa wapi?" And the bride, the particular maid is a sister
to the bride.
A sister to the bride. So
they can veto and say, fire that MC.
So you see, the worst of it all is that she was saying it in my hearing.
So it disorients you immediately.
No. So much. Because, in my honest opinion, in my honest act, I thought I was having it. But then again, just like you were saying, people are different.
Yeah.
And people, she had wanted me to be at the climax already, yet we are building the momentum. Yes. So because you can't come and start poof ukiwa juu sana. You must pace
yourself.
Yes, you must pace it. lest you use all your energy
in the beginning.
In the beginning,
Yeah.
and then become so boring towards the tail end. So I was building the day, because you must think it,
Yeah.
and you must build it. You must lay foundations very solidly onto what you will be, adding and adding until the tail end, until you finish. So in my act of construction, akakuja na bulldozer. Yeah, so that I still remember. Wasn't so well, but what I did when I heard that, I went to the DJ. Uzuri, the DJ is my DJ, the one that
you work
I
together.
work with. Yes.
Yeah.
So nikamwambia, I want us to change it kidogo. So the good thing is that we have worked so much before. Hadi nikimwambia, I want us to go this direction.
He understands.
He understands.
Yeah.
So we were able to build it, but then from another angle, and still you had a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. How does one build relationships that last? Because as you speak, most of your wedding clients, they are guys that you are in the same choir with, and the people that you work with, like the DJ and definitely the sound, these are people that you've been with for the longest time. Many entrepreneurs or anybody who would want to build a dream for themselves,
Yes,
they tend to say that this journey is lonely. But then how do you build relationships that will sort of help you not feel so lonely on this journey?
all right. Many ways of doing this. Let me start by saying most of my clients are people we were together with in college, Pale KU. But then we were not close while in campus.
Yeah.
No, not really. One particular is a wedding I did last year, in May 1st, between Davis and Damaris.
Yes.
So Davis was a friend. A friend, because during my own he was really there, but we were not very close. He was a pharmacist, and my roommate way back in Kilimambogo was a pharmacist. You remember my other dream of being a
absolutely,
pharmacist?
absolutely. I see decided to haunt you because everybody around you is a pharmacist.
He's a pharmacist.
Yeah.
So we were close because of they were in med school, and I had several friends in med school, pharmacists, and also MOs, medical officers. So so he came over to our place and told me, Modest, I have a wedding. One, I need to consult towards the wedding.
Yeah.
So be available. So I was available. And two, I needed to be the MC for the day. And the would-be wife, Damaris, was I don't think even if she knew me in person, because I didn't know her in person.
Yeah.
Only met a few days before the wedding. So these two, even now, have become greatest of family friends. So what I'm trying to say is they came in as clients, but then we worked together between the time of initial engagement until the wedding.
Yeah.
We would be in communication, and then when I was doing this, to them I never even quoted. We never signed any agreement. I never quoted my prices.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're looking at an event and a client, and you're saying this client would be more than just a client.
Yeah.
So we were together throughout the journey, and when the event happened, and the event was wonderful. From then we would be very close. And being a pharmacist, when we got our boy, he would be the only one I would be calling every other time.
This is happening.
Yeah. So we built it because there was no thought of money. There was no rush to get money.
Yeah.
And I remember after the event, actually I took his car, went to pick the parents and returned them. I retained his car until they come back.
Yeah.
So that is how we built this friendship, so that now he was a client turned brother.
A brother.
Just a secondary to that is there's an event I went to do down in Mtwapa. Kilifi. I knew the bride
Yeah.
from college, a close friend. But then the groom, I think first time I met the groom was at an event before his own. So
Yes.
so during his event, that was the second time you're meeting.
Yeah.
But we were communicating over the phone, and when I arrived in Mtwapa at about 4:30 or 5 in the morning, he
Yeah.
came for me where I was, and we went. They had booked an Airbnb. I had a whole room to myself.
Yeah.
So you see, he was a client, but then he was
There was
very
this
courteous.
where he was cordial.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was very cordial. It was very courteous, and the bride normally says, that I am the king of courtesy, but then nawambia hapana. Look at your husband.
Yeah.
He is the one who is the king of courtesy. So even after the event, it was a traditional wedding
Yeah.
that we did, and they have an event coming up, their wedding coming up next year, 31st of March.
You already hired.
I'm already hired. So again, sometimes when the money is not your goal,
Yeah.
that you want to be a people person, you want to build interpersonal relations, then you get to have very close people around you. And now the DJ, Benzigi, the one I work with,
Yeah.
we've hosted several events together. When it comes, because we know one another, the other way of keeping friends or keeping partners in this business, in this industry, is that don't be too domineering, and don't micromanage somebody that I want you to do this. No. Give them your idea. Listen to what they have to say.
Yeah.
And then incorporate these two. So when you give somebody his space and you have your own, and you're not delving into his space too much, then there's a lot of respect.
Yeah.
And this respect would make you blossom into very good partners. So yes, how to keep friends is don't let money be your sole focus.
Yeah.
Because even after the event that I did in Mtwapa, the groom said, najua bride alikuwa msha agree na yeye, and you had your own, but then check this. So there was
an extra.
There was an extra that wasn't requested for, but it just came because of how we did our things together that day. So yes, I would say, let's service delivery.
Yes.
Be the number one goal, that your clients are satisfied.
Yeah.
Then when they are satisfied, a satisfied client will pay you well, and much so will do referrals.
Yes.
For you. Akisikia tu hivi
Asha kutupia.
And when they have a similar events, they'll never think of somebody else.
Absolutely.
They'll come to you. So service delivery.
Yeah.
Proper, like I normally say, proper delivery of service. That is our number one goal.
Yeah.
That is my number one goal. So when I do this, then the others will be added onto this proper service delivery.
Modest, we are coming to the end of this conversation.
Yes.
And as we come to the end of this conversation, what important thing have I not asked you that you'd like to share?
Well, you haven't asked me, and I think I'll need to share the future of this.
Yeah.
The future is well, when we started, nothing. But right now, there is a YouTube channel.
Yes.
There's an Instagram page and a Facebook page. All at Modest Oswago, all of them.
Yeah.
And their business cards. So the future of and there's a rebranding. Because before it would just be MC Modest Oswago.
Yeah.
So right now I'm rebranding to the Modest MC, and there's a tagline adding pomp and color to your event. So I am trying to create media awareness so that I am all out there, and I'm available to even those who don't know me.
Yeah.
And because this media presence that I am talking about, which I'll return to a little later, I have somebody who is in the US. who is coming to Kenya end of this year
Yeah.
and has an event. So said, you know, I saw you on your social media.
On your social media. Yeah.
Say. Yes. So future is to be all out there and to be one of the very competitive masters
MCs,
of MC
yeah.
here in Kenya and also outside. That I would be able to inspire even other MCs. There are those who are way better than I am, but also there are those whom I think I can be able to nurture.
Yeah.
That by delivering my services and also by my way of conduct, I would make somebody learn one or two. Yes. So the future is to partner with the friends, because I have about 4 friends in my inbox on standby that I normally call when I am going for an event. They tell me, you know, Modest, you just when there's an event, just call us. Tuite. So namuita mwingine, I have done this before in some of the weddings I have attended, some of the events I have gone to, so that they are able to learn. So that the way I was given a platform of learning, I was given space to learn. I am able also to give somebody space to learn.
Absolutely.
Yes. The other thing is I also want to, you know, partner with those who are better than me in this industry. Because definitely, you know, I am not the best MC in East Africa, though in my world.
You are.
In my world, I am the best.
Absolutely. You have to, I often call it gaslight. You have to gaslight yourself.
You have to. So in my world, I am the best MC. But then in this real world, there are those from whom I can learn. So I would also want to, much as I am also creating platform for others who are coming after me, I would also want to, you know, partner with those who are already ahead of me, so that I am able to you know, increase my visibility and the platforms onto which I can grow. Yes.
Does this mean, as you're looking at this, then you are slowly building the ground now to leave teaching and fully?
Or
it's still going to take some time?
No, for teaching, sometimes, you know, when I talk and think MC, it even disappears from my head that I am a teacher. Like right now, until you asked about
I bought
teaching,
it over
I haven't realized that I am a teacher still. And a teacher of learners with the deafness. So I you know, the teaching my students has given me some peace and quiet. I would want to still go on, much as I went back to school again and finished, and I'm thinking of, you know, going back for the 3rd time. For teaching, if chance is given, if chance is granted, I would want to not only be a teacher of learners with deafness, but I want to also expand that territory so that I become a consultant in matters of special needs. That is why I went back to school to do technology, masters in technology for learners with disabilities. And also that is why I'm looking for, you know, chances to enhance this masters, so that I have to do either a second master's or a PhD in the same field, so that I am able to become an authority in matters. Yes, in this space. So in the professionalism, I still have ambitions. To be a voice, to add my voice onto those existing. So that I may make people to understand our learners better, and have different ways of helping them understand the curriculum. So yes, for teaching, that is my, hiyo ndio azimio langu.
I saw what you did there. Modest.
Yes.
3 things as we're closing that you'd want people to take away from this conversation.
Thank you, Herbert. One is that if you're in the service industry, one thing that I will say: give proper service delivery, no matter the amount that you're going to get at the end of it. Yes, you all need to have money, because that is a means to everything, but let it not be your guiding principle. So let service deliver. You know, before I come back to this, allow me deviate. I would hear people say, service delivery first, passion first, then money would follow. It wasn't making sense to me.
Yeah.
Until now, I am deciding to grow and get better. That indeed, service provision, if that is the space where you belong, let that be your push.
Yeah.
And then the money can come later. Two, that I would say, apart from service provision, is that on matters rejection,
Yes.
that we also tackled a little earlier. Be positive about it. And when somebody gives you a form of rejection, don't think that they hate you or that they're against you.
Yeah.
Probably they're only against this service, that particular service, that segment of the service that you're offering. So take it positively and see how you can turn it around. Because Ilya complain is there's something ameona. Maybe anaongezea chumvi, but there's something aliona.
Yeah.
So work on that something aliona, so that you grow.
Yeah.
And you only grow. We cannot only grow from good things, so good words, and
You also
and good
grow from the negative.
from the negative.
Yeah.
And finally, don't exist alone in that space. Don't be a lone ranger.
Yeah.
Because you must you need to partner with people. You need to work together with the people. So don't operate alone. And by working together with the people, you create interpersonal skills. The fish in me, oh God. so you must work with the people.
Yeah.
And finally, just to add the fourth, is try and corner. I don't want to use the word azimio again. Have some
Sort of a
dream.
vision.
Yes, have some dreams.
So have this weird thing that you are chasing towards.
So have something that you'd want to become. So create this mental image of you, of the big you, the bigger version of you, so that you can slowly fit into it and grow to cover that space that you're creating. So don't create a small world for
Sort of
yourself.
space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make it big and try and fill it up all together.
Yeah.
That is what I would say, Herbert.
I never I don't think I would ever get over using this example whenever I hear somebody speak in that direction.
Yes.
He's called Jim Rohn. I don't know if you've come across him. And he says he had a mentor who always told him, Jim, the best thing that you can do is to set a goal to become a millionaire. Not because it is going to be easy, but